Okay, do you know if he had any stomach issues?
I don't think so, but that doesn't mean I just didn't know about it. Nobody knew.
Okay, because he kind of took his hand and went across his belly, like to reference his stomach. So this could have been at any time in his life, or it comes, usually when I get stuff, it can be an ailment or a symptom of a bigger issue. Um, so I don't know why he's kind of making the front of my neck hurt, where my throat area is, but also my head is sort of pounding a little bit. Um, and then there's a reference to my chest area again, either breathing or heart. Any of this make sense?
Definitely heart. Yes.
Okay. So he's the heart too.
Yes.
Okay.
He was. You want me to tell you or no?
Well, in a minute.
Okay.
Just validate and say kind of how it makes sense, but not give
Yes.
too much information.
Okay. Yes, makes sense.
Okay. So sometimes I get the throat area if they were ever intubated or something like that. Sometimes that comes in.
Yes.
Okay. But then also they will give me, I've noticed with the heart will come in like a headache for like blood pressure. So if someone had a high blood pressure that went along with their heart, sometimes they'll get a headache, or sometimes the headache is something else. But
Okay.
he's giving me kind of like a pounding headache right now.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Well, maybe.
Well, did he have like a blood pressure thing with his heart? Like
No.
higher? No.
No.
Mm,
But he did not. He was the type of man that would not tell anybody if he did.
right.
So it
Okay.
doesn't mean that it wasn't there. It just means
Right.
we weren't aware.
Gotcha. Yeah, he didn't want to burden or worry anybody with what he was going through or with what he had wrong with him. He didn't want people to dote or worry about,
Hmm.
you know.
That is
And
him.
he didn't like going to the doctors either.
Mm-mm.
He would always just say, "I'm fine," take a couple aspirins and some water and call it a night, and I'll be fine in the morning, kind of thing. Is
Yes,
how he comes across.
that is exactly.
Do you know if he ever liked to golf,
No,
or
I do know that.
there's a connection to anybody in golfing? I keep seeing a golf
Yes,
course.
it's my ex. We were married 26 years, 25 years, 24, 25 years.
Okay,
And it's my ex's uncle. And we were, believe it or not, very close.
that golfed.
Yes, very
Okay,
much. All the time.
okay. So you're telling me that your dad is now bringing someone else through. Okay.
Isn't that nice of him? It's
No,
because my dad won't talk.
because I just kept saying golf, like someone swinging a golf club on a
Yeah.
golf course, and
Yeah, his uncle passed away. He didn't know that we're divorced.
I also again feel like I need to cough. And that usually comes with heart. Like that's like a new thing. I don't know why, but
Yes, that was him too.
so did he develop a heart with or a heart with it, a cough with it too?
He did.
Okay. Because I do get that with heart, and I've never understood really why, but it's weird because all the
Hmm.
ones that I connect to with heart issues, they all end up having a cough. So I don't know
Well,
if
I
that's
can
why or
explain the cough part
okay.
later when you're ready.
Well, you can explain it because I
Okay.
won't get every single
So,
detail. But
okay. So when they were giving him CPR, he started coughing. My
oh,
dad.
okay.
Yes. And it was my niece and nephew that did it.
Okay. So did he actually pass away and then come back?
Sort of,
Sorta,
but no.
but not all the
No,
way.
it was gone 1 minute or there 1 minute and gone the next. Very
That's what I
quick.
mean. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like he
But
was
they
here. He
thought,
shows me he shows me he was here and then he passed, but then he came back, but not all the way.
right,
Okay.
right. But then was gone again. They thought he was coming back, but
Right.
he didn't.
That's what I mean by not all the way. So
By doing the CPR,
right. Right.
and at the
Which would make
time,
sense because my chest is hurting really bad right now. So that makes sense. Like
yes,
my collarbone area too.
they lived out far away, so it took almost a half hour for ambulance to get there, and they just continued doing CPR until they got there.
Which he says that it was just his time. Because he talks about he just says it just gave out. Like my heart just gave out.
Hmm.
And there was really no fixing it. Like I feel like because he didn't like to go to the doctor and things like that, like he didn't have all the workup he needed. And like I
It
said,
was the
he would have
best
these little
thing.
pains and he would have these little things that would happen, but he wouldn't take it seriously. And
Yep.
he always also felt like, well, when it's my time, it's my time.
Hmm. Absolutely. That is spot on. He never wanted to, um, he would never tell people and when he was hurt,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
ever.
And that goes back to his army military
Yes.
thing, you know, um, proud, strong man.
Oh, yes. He raised 6 girls. He had to be something.
Well, why? Okay, so let me try to explain what I'm seeing. So he shows me something being built with bricks. I don't know if it's
Yes.
a brick wall. Okay, so how does that make sense?
It's in his hometown. They built in that picture
Mm-hmm.
that I sent you.
Mm-hmm.
There's a brick there. They did a pathway for all the military that had passed.
Okay. Okay. I got
And
chills.
we bought a big brick to put in the pathway for him.
Okay.
But it was there before he died.
Right.
And that's what we were there to go see.
Oh, okay. I
He
just
was
zoomed
very
in.
proud.
I just zoomed in on him. I don't even know where you guys are at in that picture.
Yeah. I
Um,
didn't want to say the location.
yeah,
It
no, you're
doesn't
good
bother
because
me.
I had a feeling, they bring through stuff and I never know what they're going to bring through. So
Yep. You're spot on. Spot on. He was very proud of that brick.
yeah, because he shows me like how one would lay bricks. That's the way he showed it to me.
Yes. He helped put it in. So
And what is it with like initials being carved in something? Or I don't know. I don't know if it's initials on the brick or he's talking about something else that his initials are carved.
He's talking about something else.
Okay.
He carved his initials on, you know, those tools they heat up in the metal
Uh-huh.
melts. He would carve. That's what he would dink around in the garage and do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I just kept saying his initials and stuff.
Yeah, you're not crazy.
Okay.
It's true.
I didn't know if it was the bricks, like they did it on all the bricks, or what the heck. Okay, makes
No,
sense.
he took you in a different direction.
Okay. Did he work on cars or do any type of mechanic work?
He did. Was his job.
Okay.
He didn't work on cars, but he was a mechanic
Mechanic.
and fixed machines,
Okay.
big ones, and then when he retired, he would fix the casino machines.
Okay. I just saw him like working on
Yes.
something, like mechanically working on something, and then I like saw oils on his hands and tools and stuff, and that's kind of how they show me for a mechanic.
Yes, all the time. He did it at home, everywhere. He fixed everything.
And I think he got some of those skills from the military.
Cool.
Is what he says. He takes me back to military days, so I don't know.
I'm surprised because he never told us, none of us, anything about the military days. We found out more after he passed. He had kept a journal back then. Yeah.
Well, speaking of that, did he get some kind of award?
He did.
He shows me a Purple Heart, but I don't know if it's that specific award.
Yes.
It is?
He did.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes it's symbolic for any award, but it was specifically the Purple Heart was what he was showing me.
Yeah, he was the radio guy, so he was frontline. He was a Marine.
Okay.
And he was frontline and saved a lot of lives that day.
Okay. Okay, I'm like, all right, now take me away from that medal, because he's very, very proud of that. He's very proud of it, but at the same time, he didn't really like boast about it or talk about it, because that was kind of I think he might have lost a lot of people at one point too, being over there.
He did. Okay. Yeah, we didn't even know about it till he passed.
That's what I'm saying. He didn't really talk about it, but he was proud of it. Like,
right.
You know.
Okay. He was a proud
in his own way. Too. In his own way, he was proud of it.
Yep.
Okay, not great at names. And this might be a connection or might even not belong here. But do you know where Frank comes in at?
I think that was his best friend.
Okay.
Back in the day.
Okay, I hope so.
Yeah.
I always am afraid to say names because sometimes they're on. Sometimes
that's okay.
Not. I don't know where they go half the time. So was he kind of a storyteller?
Yes.
Okay, because I see him, like, I get my symbol for either telling stories or reading stories, but I feel like this was more telling stories, you know.
Yes.
Okay. So back to the storytelling. Did he also I feel like there was some to his stories, but he also made up stories.
Yes.
Okay.
We also,
but they were good. They were good stories.
Yes. After he passed, we found tape recordings, and he kept all the little tiny tapes, and he would just tell stories. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So he's bringing up some pretty big validations.
Yes.
Also, the month of May, which can be passing anniversary, birthday, anything connected to you, him, or anyone in connection, alive or past.
I think that's when he married my stepmom.
Okay.
They got married like 30 years after they were together.
He says better late than never.
And that is him.
And I think he decided to do that because I think on a soul level he knew, like, you know, it was coming up to the time where he was going to have to leave. And if you're not married to someone, it's not saying he didn't love her. Of course he loved her. But I think he waited all that time. Like, he didn't see the point in marrying someone. You know what I mean? He didn't see the point of a piece of paper and all of that. Right. And I think at one point he decided to marry her because of what was going to happen when he passed away, kind of thing.
Right.
Is how it comes up.
I understand that 100%. They had raised all the girls and then.
Right.
Yeah.
Did he used to play cards?
Yes.
Okay. Because he shows me like playing poker. You know, he's got the cards spread out like he's playing poker or some game like that. I don't know.
Yeah, he played with his Marine buddies.
Okay.
They were all close friends and families. Like, we all got together as all the kids grew up.
Did they specifically play poker with chips and everything, or?
I don't know that.
Okay.
I don't know the answer to that. But he did fix machines in a casino.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's true, huh?
Yeah.
Forgot about that. All right.
That's why I'm wondering. That's okay. I'll remind you. I'm easygoing.
Yeah. Well, sometimes they bring in stuff that kind of has multiple meanings, but right. I saw the card, so it felt like he was playing poker, but. He is also bringing up this month, the month of August, for some reason.
Yes.
Okay, how does that fit?
I yesterday have been married 26 years.
Okay.
My divorce was final June 3rd.
Okay. So it was your anniversary?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He talks about you being like an independent little girl. Super independent, super strong-willed.
That's
very much like Dad in certain ways. But you had like this independent streak, and no one's gonna ever tell you what to do. You're your own woman, and I see you just being this really strong, steadfast, kind of strong-willed kid. But I do feel like a lot of the times you were on Daddy's heels. That's the way he says it.
Yes.
Like you wanted to follow him around and see what he was doing. Like you were kind of tomboyish, huh?
Very much.
Okay. Because he shows me like you wanting to copy certain things that he did. I don't know if there was a specific time where he was working on something like in the garage and you wanted to work on something too. And he gave you like some tools to like work on like your own little project.
Yep.
Does that make sense?
It never turned out right.
Oh. He says you can't say you didn't try, though.
Exactly.
And so that did happen, right? With the whole being on his heels and wanting to do what he was doing and working with him in the garage. Okay. And also, he shows me he's got a dog with him. This dog looks to be kind of like a lab. I don't know if he's an actual lab or he just looks like one.
Yeah, that was one of my first dogs.
Okay. This is a darker color.
He's black. She was black.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say it's either black or brown, but she looks like a lab. Oh, she is a lab, or she just like has the features. Okay.
No, she has the features. She was a mutt.
Right, but she looks.
Yes.
Okay. Because that dog is just standing there with him, so he's got that dog on the other side, safe and sound. I don't know where the dog tags are for that dog, but for some reason, when I look at that dog, I see a collar with tags hanging down. And usually when they draw me into the dog tags, the person kept them.
Yep.
Okay.
I did.
Okay. And you still have them?
Yes.
Okay. Just validating that
okay. Yes. That was 30 years ago.
Oh, he's got that dog. Do you know who Macy is? Or I don't know if this fits you or not. It's like Macy or something similar. I swear it's Macy.
Her name was Beasley.
Was what?
Beasley.
Beasley.
Nope.
No. I don't know. I keep hearing the word Macy, but it might not. Like I said, with my names, I never know where they belong.
Okay.
Unless that's something in the future. I don't know.
Okay.
But we'll just hang on to it. Because see, I've done a reading with someone before and they didn't have a dog, and I described this dog, and they're like, "No, we don't have a dog like that." Later, they ended up getting a dog just like that. So I don't know. You might get something and name it Macy. I don't know.
Okay. It is possible.
Yeah. Next dog you get, now you remember this reading and be like, "Oh, maybe I should name her Macy."
You're a Macy.
And the one thing he keeps bringing up that I have no idea what it means, and I don't even know how it fits, but I keep hearing pico de gallo. I don't know if someone made it, liked it, had a specific recipe for it.
That was made that night, that afternoon.
The afternoon of what?
When he died.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't expect that. You said he was quiet, but he's giving quite the validation.
Okay. Yeah.
And he made it?
No.
Or did someone else made it?
My sister did.
Okay.
But he loved it.
Oh, okay. I really didn't think that was going to mean something like that. That's why I always say what I get, even if it sounds weird. Because it might not make sense to me, but it's going to fit somewhere.
Right.
Also, he talks about a specific trip. And I want to say it's to the beach. It could just be water, but I swear it's the beach. A specific trip that you guys took maybe when you were younger or even older. I don't know. This is
Yeah. We lived in our boat.
You lived in your
Not
boat?
not lived, but we went every
Okay.
all during the summer. We went
Okay, so
on the
you
boat and skiing and camping out on the beach.
okay.
But we did just have our very first sister reunion 2 months ago. That might be the May, because that was in May. We were all
Okay.
together for the first time since he passed. 5 years ago?
Oh,
I think it was 5 years.
okay.
But
So yeah, just validating that he knows you guys came back around. And where does the 3 come in? I want to put it
oh
with you girls.
yeah, there's 3 of her daughters, 3 of his. We were the Brady Bunch.
Okay. But he had 3 bio.
3 bio girls, right?
Okay. So that must be it. The 3 bio.
Yep.
Okay. Gotcha. He gives good validations.
Yes. He's a smart guy.
Yeah, he is. Where does peanut butter and jelly sandwiches come in?
We always had those when we went on the boat.
I was gonna say, was this something that you guys always packed for your
Yep.
trips? Because it was coming
Yes.
across as we always have these peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for our trips.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know what this is. So was there ever, and I don't even know if you know this, because was there ever a military ball?
Yes. Every
Okay.
year, November 3rd.
Okay.
And he
Because
went
he
every year.
was, oh, okay. I was like, I don't even know if you're going to know this, because he was showing me like in his dress blues and he's dancing.
Yep.
Oh, with
That would
someone,
be,
like, you know how you hold their hand up like this and he danced. Like, he showed me that. He didn't show me who he was
yes.
dancing with, but
Yep. Every year he went to the Marine Ball.
okay. Perfect. I'm glad that made sense. He says my girls were my everything. I feel like he was one of those hands-on dads. And I feel if you went to dad and you were like, hey, dad, I need this, or can you help me with this? It was never a second thought. He was always going to help if he could, if it was possible.
He was. He was.
Like
He fought
he
for.
says like I never told him no. Like he
He
probably did at
didn't.
times, but you know what I mean.
Yes.
Most
No,
of the
he
time he
didn't.
didn't say no.
He didn't. He, after my parents divorced, he, my mom took us to a different state. And so we only got to spend summers, but each of us, as we got a little older, wanted to live with my dad. So we didn't get a ton of younger years with them.
Yeah.
The teenage years for sure.
Yeah, this comes across as like when you're older anyways, like and you're like, hey dad, can you help me with this? Or hey dad,
Oh yeah.
I need $20 for this. It was like, okay, here you go.
He even kept good secrets. Like the night I came home drunk and fell on the stairs, he just picked me up and said, "Get into bed, kid."
Yeah.
And he never told my stepmom.
That's because like he understands that because he'd been there and there was no point to telling him, there's no point.
Mm-hmm.
He knows that kids make mistakes, plain and simple. It's all part of living and learning.
It is.
Yeah, he's super smart. But he says that you just have this like stubborn but independent streak. Like he keeps talking about how independent you are, and how strong, like strong-willed, and your fight
Yes,
for justice. I hear the words "fight for justice" in there.
that is true. I do.
So, who's the middle child?
Me.
Okay, I thought it was you, but I just wanted to ask to make sure.
It's me.
Okay, because he was talking about his middle kid.
That would be me.
And who has the birthday that's just past or is coming up?
Um, Let me think. Hold on.
Because he
That would
shows.
be that would be my stepmom.
Okay. Because he shows me a birthday cake. They kind of do that a lot with birthdays.
Yeah.
Um,
With 6 of them, I have to remember.
and I hear the words memorial. So is there something? Is there something with a memorial that was done for him besides the bricks?
Yes. We we
Is there a
I
bench?
yes, by
Okay.
his grave, but
Okay.
I wasn't there. I haven't even seen it yet. I just
Okay.
helped pay for it. I
Okay. He
haven't
was
gone
just
back home since his funeral.
okay. He was talking about the. I was seeing a bench after he said memorial, so that's just to validate that he
Yeah.
knows. And I don't know why he's bringing up the year 2020 either.
2020.
Something significant. I don't know. If you can't think of it right now, just hang on to it.
I think because that's when I got separated. So it is possible.
Okay.
It's probably validating that he knows. He's probably happy and
Right.
partying. Sorry, I
So
shouldn't have said
it's
that.
okay. So where does the 5 come in? I don't know if it's 5 years or
5 years. It'll be on Christmas Eve. Will be 5 years that he's
okay.
passed. He died right after dinner on Christmas Eve at my
Okay.
sister's.
Which I'm surprised he hadn't shown me Christmas. They usually do when it's significant like that.
He's proud.
Yeah. He's given a lot of other validations, but
He is.
so he wants to tell you that he's very proud of you. I feel like that you've come a long way and you've overcome a lot of obstacles in the last few years, specifically your separation and divorce and everything. He says he knows that wasn't easy, but he says he's proud of you for doing the best for yourself that you needed to do. Like he understands the reasons behind it. And
Yes.
he's proud of you. He's proud of you.
He always was.
Yep.
I was strong-willed.
Yeah.
I
I
literally
know. You
moved.
said that like 5 times.
Yeah, I literally moved when I was 18
Yeah.
to a different state by myself. So,
There's that independent streak that he's talking about.
yeah, done it a few times.
Yeah. And you're one of those that's like not like afraid of anything either. You're very, I mean, you're afraid, but that things you need to be afraid of, but like no fear, especially at that point in your life.
Right.
You wanted to do what you wanted to do, and nothing was going to
Yeah,
stop
that,
you.
that is true. I outgrew a lot, and I'm much more grown up now.
Yeah. But that's what he's talking about, is like he's proud of how far you've come, and he's proud of all the decisions that you've made. He says, you're on the right path. He understands all the decisions, and it's your life to lead anyways. Um, he says, I just need to tell her that I love her.
Yes, he did not say that in real life. So,
So he's saying it now. Because when they
good.
get on the other side, they change. They let go of all that, the negative
Yes,
emotions of being proud and things like that. And I don't think he was really good at telling his emotions. Like, he showed you he loved you, but he didn't really tell you. So he's telling you that
exactly.
now.
Yep. Nope, it works for me. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I hope it was helpful.
It was very helpful. Thank you. You're always
So,
helpful.
sorry about the